The flooding currently affecting central and eastern China is not simply a case of seasonal heavy rain. Based on rainfall totals, evacuation figures, transportation disruptions, and the growing death toll, this event ranks among the most significant flooding emergencies China has faced in 2026 so far. The disaster demonstrates how extreme rainfall can rapidly overwhelm both urban infrastructure and rural communities, even in regions accustomed to seasonal storms. Since Saturday, relentless rainfall has battered large areas of central and eastern China, with the provinces of Hubei, Hunan, and Guangxi among the hardest hit. Streets have been submerged, transportation networks disrupted, businesses forced to close, and thousands of residents evacuated from flood-prone areas. Chinese emergency authorities described the precipitation as being at its strongest stage, a warning that signals elevated risks of flash floods, river overflows, landslides, and urban inundation. Perhaps the most important lesson is that modern societies remain highly vulnerable to extreme rainfall. Despite advances in forecasting technology, emergency management, and flood control infrastructure, a few days of exceptional precipitation can still disrupt millions of lives. The events unfolding across Hubei, Hunan, and Guangxi also reinforce a growing global reality. Extreme rainfall events are becoming more frequent and more intense. Communities that invest in early warning systems, resilient infrastructure, evacuation planning, and public education are often the ones best able to reduce casualties and recover quickly. Ultimately, the current floods in China are a reminder that the true danger of extreme weather lies not only in the amount of rain that falls, but in how rapidly it overwhelms the systems designed to protect people. As the rain continues, authorities face a critical challenge, preventing a severe flood emergency from escalating into a much larger humanitarian disaster. The human cost of the disaster is already evident. In Guangxi, at least 5 people lost their lives after a pickup truck carrying 15 passengers plunged into a flooded river. The tragedy highlights one of the deadliest aspects of flood disasters: transportation accidents. Many flood-related deaths occur not inside homes but on roads and bridges where drivers underestimate the force and depth of moving water. What makes this event particularly concerning is that it is not yet over. Meteorologists expect the rain belt to continue moving eastward and southward through Wednesday, meaning additional flooding risks remain. Saturated soil conditions increase the likelihood of landslides, while rivers already running high may overflow with additional rainfall. Transportation infrastructure has also been significantly affected. 19 train services were suspended at Jingzhou railway station because of the heavy rainfall. While train cancellations may seem minor compared to flooding itself, they indicate broader concerns about track safety, visibility, slope stability, and the risk of infrastructure damage. Transportation disruptions often become one of the largest economic consequences during major weather emergencies. Another indicator of the flood's intensity comes from Yichang, also located in Hubei province. The city reportedly recorded its highest 24-hour rainfall total in 36 years. Breaking a weather record that has stood for more than 3 decades suggests that the storm system is not merely unusual, it is historically significant. The disaster extends beyond Hubei. In neighboring Hunan province, more than 15,000 people were evacuated as torrential rain struck western and northern districts. Large-scale evacuations on this scale reflect serious concerns about flash flooding, landslides, and river overflow. Emergency managers generally prefer evacuations only when forecasts and ground conditions indicate substantial danger to life. The most alarming data comes from Hubei province, where rainfall reached extraordinary levels within a very short period. According to official reports, 337 townships recorded more than 100 millimeters of rainfall between Saturday afternoon and Monday afternoon. More remarkably, one village received 507 millimeters of rain, equivalent to more than 40% of Hubei's average annual precipitation in just a few days. To understand the significance of this figure, consider that many cities around the world receive less rainfall over several months than this village received in a single weather event. Rainfall exceeding 500 millimeters in such a short period places enormous pressure on rivers, drainage systems, reservoirs, roads, and buildings. Even modern flood control infrastructure can struggle under such conditions. The severity of the event is further illustrated by the measures authorities have taken. In cities such as Jingzhou, officials suspended work, industrial production, business operations, public transportation, and school classes in urban districts. Such actions are typically reserved for situations where authorities believe normal activity poses a direct risk to public safety.